Is the Moses Mabhida Stadium manager, Vusi Mazibuko, coming to us from our studios in Durban. Good evening to you. Sir, were you at that planning meeting where the PSL chief says a top-ranking police official didn't pitch and that was important preparation?
I think I've lost you.
I asked Mr. Mazibuko, were you at the planning meeting? Irvin Khoza, head of the PSL, says that there was a planning meeting and a top cop did not attend.
The issues of security and responsibilities around the hosting of matches are not the stadium management issues. As the police have indicated, that there is an ESPCC meeting, which is a meeting that plans for events to take place in terms of the Act, and the stadium is expected in terms of the Act to actually ensure that the role that is prescribed by the Act relating to the structural stability and issues of access and egress are attended to. All the stakeholders that attend meetings actually have to contribute in respect of their responsibilities as prescribed by the Act, and the stadium did the same.
My question was, did you attend those planning meetings?
The meetings were attended by our security manager and the operations manager. The stadium was represented in those meetings, so are other stakeholders that can respond on their own account, on their own representation and attendance.
All right, so we understand there's different responsibility. The PSL saying that the police are integrally involved in a match like this. What is the stadium's responsibility? Did you meet your responsibilities?
We did meet our responsibility in respect of the expectations from the Act. As I've indicated, that our responsibilities are in as far as the venue is concerned. Ours is to ensure that the venue, one, is available, two, the venue in terms of the access and the capacity that is expected. We were for this match, for instance, expecting and working around a capacity of 30,000. So we needed to make sure that there are enough seats. There are also, in terms of the turnstiles, the number of turnstiles available for spectators to come in and ensure that they can do so. All the issues that relates to the venue were attended, and there were no issues in respect to the responsibilities. The issues that I think are being dealt with, which the chairman alluded to, are issues around the pre-planning and as well as the delivery of the event on the day, which is mainly coordinated at a central command of the subs.
Mr. Mazibuko, so maybe you met your responsibilities, but beyond that, were you not concerned about this match? Because we know that just a week before, there was violence, there was misbehavior by specifically Kaizer Chiefs fans. There was a fine, 250,000 Rand issued. Were you worried about this match, and were you in contact with police and ensuring that overall, looking at the stadium, there was going to be enough security officials?
We were concerned about the match. We knew that Kaizer Chiefs has not been winning all their matches. And we also knew, it was a public knowledge, that the matches that Kaizer Chiefs have played previously, in particular, the match at FNB against Chippa, there were a reaction from spectators. We all knew that if Chiefs had to lose the match, there was going to be a reaction. So the planning around the match took into account that reality, because winning or losing the game is a possibility for any team. So nobody within all the stakeholders can say you did not expect any kind of reaction that was going to happen. Therefore, the planning had to take into account that reality if it was a possibility as it happened.
But there was nothing more that you could have done as stadium management?
Like any other event that happens, an incident that happened, you learn from it. On hindsight, we can say this and this should have been done this way. All that I'm saying, the responsibilities as prescribed by the Act in terms of the stadium management and our responsibility. We knew what our roles were. We performed those roles. So where we're sitting now, we're sitting at a point where we're saying, what are the lessons that can be learned from this incident? Because the reality of it here, we're dealing with criminals. And criminals need to be dealt with in the manner that police need to deal with criminals, whether they're in the stadium or they're anywhere else in this country. There has been issues around whether is it easy to get access to Moses Mabhida Stadium from a point of view of the spectators. That is correct. It is easy to invade that stadium because that stadium, when it was designed for human beings. It was not designed for animals. Maybe the lesson we're learning out of here is that we need to cage our own stadiums and design them in such a way that we are designing zoos as opposed to designing stadiums.
Sure. The guard that was injured, we saw those shocking visuals of someone being kicked on the ground. He was linked to the stadium, correct?
No, he wasn't. He worked for a private security company.
And how does the private security company fit in with your officials who you say give access to the venue, etc.?
In terms of this match, obviously the custodians of the match were PSL, and the private security appointment had to be done as such.
All right, by the PSL. All right, we leave it there. No answers. Some strong sentiments from Moses Mabhida Stadium manager Vusi Mazibuko about the behavior of those crowds on Saturday.